Greetings, Wildcats. Welcome to a spooky edition of Har-Ber Wildcats News. HBWN is your source for all the latest news, events, and updates happening right here on campus.
That's right. I'm Kenna Mayhew, and joining me is my co-ghost, Addison Farmer. And we're here to keep you informed on everything you need to know, whether it's sports, school events, or the buzz around campus. We've got you covered.
We've got a full show for you today. From athletics to fall festivities, there's plenty to get excited about.
Let's get right into today's story. The Har-Ber Wildcats are currently in the 6th place in the 7A West Conference football standings. With playoffs right around the corner, reporters Paulina Beatrey, Courtney Enos, and Elliot Shell caught up with Har-Ber Wildcat football players for a season update.
With the 2024-2025 football season coming to an end, the Har-Ber Wildcats are excited for the upcoming playoffs. With the big game right around the corner, we asked Wildcat football players about their experience with the sport.
I think playing in high school compared to like middle school and maybe like playing flag football as like a elementary school kid, you put a lot more hours in. You wake up early. The workouts are a lot harder. The conditioning's a lot. It tests your body strength definitely playing football for high school.
Not only does football test your physical abilities, but it also tests your mental strength.
I think the main takeaways would be building strong friendships with your buddies around you, and I think being on time and just making a schedule for yourself.
Just kind of being here, it's definitely pushed my toughness and stuff. It's definitely pushed me to be the best I can be. I just need to stay calm and collected in tough situations, and that I just need to push myself whenever times get tough.
As the Wildcats prepare for the big playoff game, they learn to handle tough situations with their day-to-day life. For HBWN, I'm Elia Shell.
The Wildcats will play at Rogers High School on Friday, November 1st, and then wrap up the regular season at home against Fayetteville. Go Cats!
Hey Addie, what do you call an athletic pumpkin?
I don't know, what do you call an athletic pumpkin?
A jack-o'-lantern. Sticking with sports, let's dive into the golf world and see what coaches and students have to say about another successful season. Jonah Reading has the story.
With the Har-Ber golf season coming to a close, we thought we'd interview their coach and a player to see what their thoughts are going into the offseason. We decided to ask Coach Rippey what he thinks they need to work on.
All right, the biggest thing that our team needs to improve on going forward would be definitely improving our scores in the 3, 4, 5 spot for both teams. It really takes, you can have a couple of great golfers at the top, but it really takes a solid core to compete for championships, and so we've got to continue to work on developing the strength of the bottom part of our roster.
We then decided to ask Stafford what his best memory was and his biggest takeaway was of the season.
So my biggest takeaway at Har-Ber was probably that hard work is going to get you somewhere. I joined the golf team on my junior year, and during that year I was so bad. I played in the JV events, but I never got a single one of my scores counted in one of the tournaments. And now coming into this year, I worked so much during the off season that coming into this year, I was the 3rd spot on the team, and I could shoot consistent rounds in the 70s, and I think there was only maybe 1 or 2 tournaments where my score wasn't counted toward the total team score. So my best memory this year was probably, we were at it was the first tee tournament in Bella Vista, played at the Bella Vista Country Club, and it's a 2-round tournament. During the first round, I had one of my worst rounds I've ever had, and I could not hit the ball that day. So after that, I regrouped, and then I tried to come back as strong as I could the next day. The next day I shot a 77, and I believe it was one of the best scores in the field that day. And it felt really good because I was hitting it really well.
I know we are all looking forward to another Har-Ber golf season. Jonah Reading signing out.
Thanks, Jenna. It sounds like it was another great Har-Ber golf season. Shifting gears, a new cell phone procedure has been implemented this year in the Springdale School District. Vanner Thup, Jose Rodriguez, and Matthew Lott have the story.
I feel like it's a good idea, but just not executed well. In my opinion, as a student, it's not my favorite thing. But I feel like it's just a very controversial thing. People could like it, people couldn't like it.
There's been a lot of studies that have shown that cell phones are pretty distracting, especially to young people. When you think of the purpose of being in school, obviously we're here to learn. So this past summer, visiting with our other high school principals and the superintendent, we just started brainstorming about the ways that we could, promote instruction in the classroom while still providing an opportunity for students to have access to their phones. A lot of schools across the country are going to lockable pouches, meaning that students do not have access to these throughout the entire school day. One thing I'm proud about our students here at Har-Ber High School is that I believe we can act responsibly in the manner that if we have a system like a phone garage and we set that expectation, students can put those devices in the phone garage knowing that they can have access to them at the end of the class period, during lunch, between classes, things like that.
Thanks, guys. Hey, Addie, what's a ghost's favorite kind of street?
I don't know, what is a ghost's favorite kind of street?
A dead end.
To wrap up the special edition of HBWN, we spoke to Har-Ber School Resource Officers about Halloween safety. Check it out.
With Halloween coming around the corner, we wanted to express some safety measures so that you and your friends can have fun while being safe. Let's see what our school resource officer, Justin Ingram, has to say about Halloween safety.
Ones are just to travel with friends. Try not to go alone. Stay in well-lit, known areas. Like, don't venture off into a subdivision or an alley or a street that you're not familiar with. Take flashlights. I know everybody's got a phone and they'll have a flashlight on their phone, but in case of emergency, you might need the phone for something else, and it won't be able to serve dual purposes. The thing that we really harp on is if you are going to take in candy or something like that, be mindful of what you're consuming. A couple of years ago, there was a big scare going around nationwide of people introducing fentanyl into candy, which you guys know well enough that could be disastrous with just the smallest amount of fentanyl in candy.
According to Children's Safety Network, Halloween is the second deadliest day of the year when it comes to pedestrians. So let's remember to stay safe during Halloween night. Well, that's all for today, folks. Remember, if you've got a story idea or something cool happening that you want to see on the show, don't hesitate to reach out. You can find us on Instagram at Har-Ber HBWN or swing by room E107. We love hearing from you. From HBWN, I'm Kenna Mahan.
And I'm Madison Farmer. Thanks for watching.